Whether you're putting out blog posts, videos, or reels, it's important to put out content online about your plumbing business, but not just content that will fill space. We're talking about content designed to actually attract new clients, build trust, and convert website visitors into calls or booked jobs. I'm going to talk about a few different types of content that you can put out there that will help you to be able to attract new clients and build that trust with them so that you can build on that and be able to book some more jobs through that content that you put out online. So the first type of content that you should be putting out there is going to be educational how-to content, right? So you want to be able to show clients your expertise, show them that you know what you're doing, and also help them in a way. So a few examples here. One of the content that you could put out, let's say you're writing a blog post, the title could be, "Why is my water bill so high?" Right? And then you break down common causes like leaks, running toilets, hidden issues, and when to call a pro. Another good idea would be 5 signs you need water heater replacement. Add lifespan expectation efficiency tips and a clear CTA for inspection. So what I mean by that is if someone is going through your blog post, reading your blog post, you want to make sure that you have a call to action where they can reach out to you, right? So even if they find that content really good and it shows your expertise, but and then you're guiding them through that, but they're just not well-rounded enough or have the time to even take care of that. Well, you want to make sure that you tell them, okay, well, we can help you with it, right? And just put a clear call to action there for them to reach out to you. Another one would be DIY versus pro. When to call a plumber. So that would be useful for homeowners who try DIY stuff but realize that they need help. And so once they start reading or once they start looking at your video, they'll realize, okay, well, I can't really do this on my own. This is too much of a big job, right? But you'll be able to show them, okay, well, if this is how you do it at home versus if a pro would do it, this is how we would do it, right? And that's a good way to showcase, there is a difference between someone that is not an expert, not a plumber, right, versus someone that is, and how that's going to come out. So another type of content that you could put out there, and this is going to be mostly related to blog posts, is going to be local SEO driven content. So what you want to do here is you want to make sure that you build your content with the right keywords in place, with the right area that you're trying to show up for to help you rank. And this will essentially help you establish some authority with Google, but also obviously some trustworthiness with potential clients that are going to read your content because you're going to be showing up really high on when they're searching for your services in Google. Some examples of some content that you could put out there for local SEO driven content. It's going to be so the first one we could think of is best emergency plumbing tips for, and then you put your city in there, homeowners. Right? So what you're doing is you're really localizing for your service area and wherever you're trying to showcase your service to have people reach out to you, right? And that's going to be helpful not only for Google, but also for potential clients that are seeing your content and realize that you are in their area and you can help them if they need help. Another one would be what to do if your pipes burst in the city that you're in, winters, right? So this taps into these seasonal and local pain points, and that will get a lot of people's attention. And not only that, you're very local, right? You're putting in the city there. When we're talking about visual and video contents, there is a type of content that put out there that's going to be different from blog posts, and they're going to work differently than blog posts as well too. So a few examples of good videos to record to be able to show your plumbing expertise. One of them would be a before and after video, right? So a leaky pipe repair, water heater install, or bathroom remodel. So you take a video before, show them how everything is going. And then after that, once you finish the job, you take another video and be able to show them, okay, this is exactly what we did. And now you can see the final result of our work. Another thing you could do is short videos, or we call reels, right? So a 60-second fix, something that's going to be like a quick fix for you, maybe not for someone that's not an expert, but it is a quick fix for you, and you'll be able to record that video pretty quickly. So we're talking about like TikTok, Instagram reels, short reels on YouTube, something like unclogging a sink trap safely, right? Something of that along the line, that's something that seems very simple for you, but some people might not know. And then they'll be able to see your content, and the more and more content you put out there, they're going to keep seeing you. And when they do have something that comes up that's a little bit out of their ballpark in terms of them doing it themselves, well, they'll try and reach out to you, right? Another good video to make is going to be tool explainers, right? So show how professional equipment, sewer cameras, hydro jetting solves what DIY can. Most people are not going to have these tools that you have at home, and when they're going to be trying to fix certain things in their home, it's not going to be as easy as it is when you do it. And sometimes they won't be able to do it without this equipment. And you'll be able to show them, okay, well, this is what happens when you have that equipment, and this is how we can do it. And even in all videos, you want to have a clear call to action so that they can see this, they can see your expertise, they can see all of this, and then still be able to reach you fairly easy when they do need your help. The next type of content that you want to have is trust building content. Extremely important. This is content that you can use on your social media, on your website, right? You want to be able to show people, well, this is what we've been able to do for our clients, our real people that have real stories. One of the things you can do is customer stories and case studies, right? So for example, how we help save a family $1,200 on a water bill, right? Because you were able to come in there and really help with the issue and make things more efficient inside their house. Show things behind the scenes, right? Showcase your tech, training, truck stock, humanize a brand. You want to be able to familiarize people with your company, who you are, and so that they, without even contacting you, they already know who you are. You want to have maybe some FAQ series as well. So turn your most common phone calls questions into a short blog or post or video. A lot of people are asking, and you can put out there because a lot of people are looking to get some of these answers. A great type of content that you can also have is lead magnets. Essentially, lead magnets will be something you put on your website if people want to sign up to your email list, right? For example, and then you could say, okay, well, we'll send you a free downloadable PDF. We'll send you our free book, right? We'll send you something that is going to be of value for them, but that they won't have to pay for. And that way you can get, not only will you have some of the information like their email, and then you can blast out an email marketing campaign, but you'll also be able to provide them free content that is useful for them and that will establish your expertise, okay? So for example, if I give you some example on lead magnets that you can have out there, one of them would be home building checklist for preventing costly repairs, right? So you put that in a free downloadable PDF on your website, and as soon as someone signs up, well, they get an email with that PDF, and then they can go ahead and download that PDF. Another example would be a seasonal plumbing maintenance guide, okay? Spring, summer, winter versions, basically just capture their email, and then once you have their email, send it to them, and then you can keep touching base with them, keep sending them. If you have an email campaign, you can keep send some information there so that you stay top of mind whenever they have any kind of issues, because I know you're an expert at what you do. The last but not least type of content that I would go ahead and do would be engagement hooks. And what I mean by that, we're talking about myth busting hook posts, right? So example, do flushable wipes really clog your pipes? That's a great one, right? People aren't really sure. You're the expert, you'd be able to tell them, right? You can put out comparison content, tank versus tankless water heater, PVC versus copper piping. So these things, most people are not going to know the answer about this. And you're the experts, you're going to be able to lead them there. And once they see that, it's a hook, right? So you're going to catch their attention. You can do cost transparency as well too. How much does drain cleaning cost in whatever city that you're in, right? This is something that people Google all the time, and you can show up for that. Whether it's a video, a blog post, and so forth, you can show up as the expert for that. The key is really maximizing education plus local SEO plus trust content. You always have to end all of your content with some kind of clear call to action. Call us today for an inspection, or book online now. You want to make sure that your service is always offered, even if it's just you giving out information and for people to do things on their own. You never know when they won't be able to do it on their own, and they're going to need your expertise. So you always want to make sure that it is very easy to find all your information, very easy to contact you. And the last thing I would say is, when you're putting out content, you want to be able to repurpose it, right? So one blog post can become multiple social media posts, or a short video, right? One long YouTube video could become multiple short videos, right? And you want to be able to post them on different platforms. That's really important, to be able to kind of repurpose that content there. All right, guys, if you like the video, please go ahead, like and subscribe. If you want to know more about plumbing marketing and how we can help you, you can always email us at info@klutchgrowth.com. You can always go and get a free information session on our website at klutchgrowth.com. And until next time, guys, have a good one.